Argentina v Springboks. 5 takeaways as world champions. Depth and resilience. Secures Rugby Championship title while Los Pumas' growth continues. Following a 29-27 victory for the Springboks over Los Pumas at Allianz Stadium, Twickenham, here's our 5 takeaways from Saturday's Rugby Championship encounter. The top line, a Twickenham epic and a championship retained. In front of a raucous 70,000-strong crowd at Twickenham, South Africa retained their Rugby Championship crown with a bruising 29-27 victory over a resurgent Argentina side that refused to buckle, even when controversial moments threatened to take the match away from them. The Springboks, led by the irrepressible Malcolm Marx and the evergreen player of the match, Kobus Rianic, who both crossed for 2 tries apiece, leaned heavily on their traditional strengths, with the set piece and the bomb squad once again proving decisive in the final quarter. The match was a microcosm of the Boks season, moments of brilliance punctuated by periods of indiscipline and handling errors, yet underpinned by relentless physicality, and a bench that continues to redefine the concept of impact. Argentina, meanwhile, emerged with immense credit, having grown significantly from their Durban drubbing just a week earlier. Their refusal to yield, their tactical kicking game, and their ability to punch holes in the Bok defense, particularly through the massive Marcos Kremer and Santiago Chocobares, made this a contest worthy of the occasion. The win secures back-to-back Rugby Championship titles for South Africa, a first-time feat that speaks to their consistency and adaptability across styles and conditions. It also confirms their status as the Southern Hemisphere's most complete side, capable of winning ugly, winning big, and as they showed here, winning when the margins are razor-thin. Bok back-to-back wins, power, precision, and a hint of chaos. South Africa's triumph marks their 2nd consecutive Rugby Championship title, a testament to the depth and resilience of a squad that has evolved. The Boks had won 3 of their 5 matches, scoring a tournament-high 179 points and 23 tries, including 2 40-plus point performances earlier in the campaign. Yet this was no procession. Early on, the Boks were guilty of a lack of ball protection, coughing up possession with alarming regularity, 13 turnovers lost across the match, and struggling to find rhythm against an Argentine side that dominated territory and possession in the opening quarter. The scrum, however, remained a bedrock, with South Africa winning multiple scrums against the head and using 4 consecutive set pieces on Los Pumas' line to eventually force Rianic's first try. Ethan Hooker, despite being outsized by Argentina's towering back 3, competed admirably in the air, while Sacha Fainberg-Emengomzulu continued his emergence as a genuine test match playmaker, beating defenders with ease and kicking with precision. The Boks' power game remains their default setting, 566 carries and 2382 meters gained across the tournament, but their ability to switch gears and play expansively is what makes them so dangerous. Turning points, cards, kicks, and controversy. The match was not without its flashpoints, and the early yellow card to Conan Moody, just 1 minute and 45 seconds into the game, set the tone for a contest that teetered on the edge of chaos. Moody was incredibly fortunate to avoid a second yellow for a deliberate knock-on later in the half, a decision that raised eyebrows given the precedent set in recent matches. The cynics amongst us might observe that the officials lacked the conviction to make the call, especially in front of a partisan crowd and with the stakes so high. South Africa's early indiscipline played directly into Argentina's hands, but the Boks' ability to run with venom was evident, with Willems and Fainberg-Emengomzulu beating defenders consistently and creating line breaks that stretched the Argentine scramble defense to breaking point. The yellow card to Mako Vivas in the second half proved pivotal, opening the door for Marx to exploit the weakened Argentine front row and drive over for his second try. The bomb squad, featuring Wilco Lau, Quagga Smith, and R.G. Snyman, added the kind of impact that has become synonymous with South African rugby, turning the tide in the final quarter and suffocating Argentina's late surge. This was a match that had everything: controversy, courage, and class. South Africa may have lifted the trophy and may very well have gotten out of jail with the Moody incident, but Argentina left Twickenham with their heads held high and their trajectory pointing firmly upwards. Argentina's rise, from Durban despair to Twickenham defiance. If the Durban fixture was a lesson in humility, then Twickenham was a showcase of Argentina's growth and grit. The Pumas dominated early possession and territory, 61% territory and 58% possession in the first half, and struck first through a powerful surge led by Kremer and Chocobers, whose direct running narrowed the Bok defense and created space for Delguy to finish. Kremer was immense throughout, operating as a midfield enforcer off a six-man lineout and delivering a defensive masterclass that included 18 tackles, 6 dominant hits, and 3 turnovers. His ability to carry into contact and win collisions was matched by Santiago Grandona, who shone at number 8, tidying up an annihilated scrum and offering a link between forwards and backs that kept Argentina in the fight. Yet the set piece remains Argentina's Achilles heel. South Africa's scrum dominance, winning 3 scrums against the head and forcing 2 penalties, exposed a vulnerability that has become increasingly pronounced. The Pumas missed 27 primary tackles and relied heavily on scramble defense to stay afloat, though their dominant tackles 17-47 across the tournament show that when they hit hard. Squad learnings, depth development, and the road ahead. For Argentina, the continued improvement of Joaquin Oviedo as a genuine international class number 8 is a major positive, and again, he contributed well, if off the bench in this match. His ability to carry, clean up messy ball, and compete at the breakdown adds another layer to a back row already brimming with talent. Kremer and Gonzalez continue to be among the most physical operators in world rugby, whilst the Chocobers, Cinti center partnership offers both punch and poise. Yet the scrum remains a concern. Argentina are a front row away from a top 4 ranked side is a sentiment that rings truer with each passing match. The debut of tight head Thomas Rapetti may have come at the perfect time. He showed serious promise and even won a scrum penalty, suggesting that the future may not be as bleak as the present. South Africa, meanwhile, continued to unearth backline talent at an impressive rate. Sacha Feinberg-Mngomzulu's impact over the last 3 matches has been transformative, and his 2 tries here, both showcasing his ability to read space and exploit mismatches, underline his growing influence. Yet questions remain about the back 3, with Cheslin Kolb's second error in 8 days gifting Argentina a try and raising concerns about his decision-making under pressure. The Boks' reliance on the scrum was evident, but their newly found ability to shift styles, from the bludgeoning power game to the expansive, multi-phase attack that yielded 40-point hauls earlier in the tournament, is a sign of a team evolving. Marx's re-emergence as a world-class hooker, now combining his breakdown prowess with improved line-out accuracy, adds further steel to a pack that already boasts the bomb squad impact of Wilco Lau's scrummaging, Quagga Smith's dynamism, and R.G. Snyman's aerial presence. For the Boks, the challenge now is to maintain this level of excellence while blooding the next generation of forwards, particularly at number 8, where the conveyor belt has slowed, leaving Jasper Wise as near indispensable for them. For Argentina, the mission is clear: fix the scrum, and the rest will follow.